Parkour! Parkour! I'm right behind you, Andy! Come on! Yeah!
Here are the biggest gaming leaks and news you've probably missed this week. All right, let's talk about the Game Awards 2025 because, yeah, this one was kind of insane. Last night did not feel like a normal awards show. It felt like the industry collectively decided, okay, enough laying around, let's empty the vault. To the people who didn't enjoy the show, look, I genuinely tried to set realistic expectations in my prediction video. But if you hyped yourself up for Half-Life 3 and GTA 6 Trailer 3, that's kinda on you. You played yourself. Honestly, I thought it was a great show. I love the concerts, I love the pacing, I love the overall flow. And yeah, we actually got some solid reveals. Also, real talk, if I took a shot every time Expedition 33 won an award, I'd be in a coma right now. So let's get the obvious one out of the way. Claire Obscure won everything. And I mean everything. If Claire Obscure was nominated, Claire Obscure won. Best this, best that, best your mom's lasagna. Of course it took Game of the Year too. Every single time they said, and the nominees are, the moment I heard Claire Obscure, I was like, yeah, we're done here. Wrap it up. It wasn't even a competition. Huge congrats to the devs for absolutely stealing the entire show and walking away with all the GOTY glory. And shout out to Arc Raiders for winning Best Multiplayer. Fully deserved. This year proved something really important too. These $70 and $80 games? Yeah, that ain't it. AA and independent studios with actual passion completely dominated the year. That said, I don't care. Ghost of Yote is still my personal GOTY 2025. Sue me, but let's be real. The real chaos was the reveals. Dormant franchises waking up, rumors finally confirmed, and a couple of straight up, wait, what? Moments. So let's run through this. First up, Star Wars. And no, not what anyone was expecting. Star Wars, Fate of the Old Republic. That title alone already tells you what time it is. After years of KOTOR remake drama, radio silence, and pure suffering, they didn't even touch that mess. Instead, they went nah and gave us a full-on spiritual successor. Casey Hudson is back. Yes, Mass Effect Casey Hudson. And suddenly, everything makes sense. The trailer wasn't Skywalkers. It wasn't Rebels versus Empire. It was ancient, dusty, Sith-core Star Wars. A galaxy rebuilding itself. Heavy RPG vibes. Single-player, choice-driven, light side versus dark side actually matters type energy. And visually, it looked rough in a good way. Grittier, darker, less Disney polish. Is it early? Very. No date, new studio logo, classic, we just started cooking situation. But still, that woke people up. Then Capcom came in and said, all right, your heart rate isn't high enough yet. Resident Evil. Requiem is real. Not a spin-off, not a remake. And yes, Leon is back. Older, tired, seen some stuff, Leon. But he's not alone. New co-protagonist, Grace Ashcroft. And the setting looks like someone mashed RE4 and Village together and turned the horror knob way up. Foggy European coastal town, psychological horror front and center, and this new sanity mechanic where Leon's hallucinations bleed into gameplay. Not cutscenes. Gameplay. That's dangerous in the best way. And they didn't even tease us with a vague window. February 27th, 2026. Locked. Crystal Dynamics then decided one Lara Croft announcement wasn't enough and just double-tapped everyone. 2 Tomb Raider games, 1 show. First, Tomb Raider, Legacy of Atlantis. This is not a remaster. This is a full-on RE2 style remake of the original 1996 game. Ground-up rebuild, modern controls, expanded story, proper remake treatment. That's coming 2026. Then, immediately after, Tomb Raider, Catalyst. The next mainline sequel. Older Lara, more battle-hardened, dealing with some kind of mythological catastrophe. This looks like the bridge between Survivor Lara and classic, unstoppable 90s Lara. That's 2027. Crystal Dynamics was not messing around. Remedy followed up with Control, Resonant, and yeah, this one's gonna split people. You're not playing as Jessie anymore. You're playing as Dylan, her brother. Awake, unstable, stable and way more chaotic. New melee weapon, powers that look way less controlled, and the biggest shift, the oldest house is no longer contained. The hiss is out in the real world. That alone opens the door for some wild stuff. 2026 window. Then the surprises hit. Megaman is back. Like actually back. Megaman. Dual Override is a 2.5D hand-drawn high-fidelity side-scroller. Think Metroid Dread energy. And the hook is smart. 2 armor sets on the fly. One built for speed and movement, one built for heavy firepower. Swap mid-level to solve puzzles and fights. Not nostalgia bait, an actual evolution. 2027. Housemarque showed Saros, and if you played Returnal, you immediately felt at home. Third-person sci-fi shooter, bullet hell vibes, roguelike structure, but heavier narrative focus this time. Rahul Kohli as the lead. Stuck on a planet locked in permanent eclipse. Survive, return, push the story forward. April 30th, 2026. And then there's Highguard, which kind of came out of nowhere. New IP from ex-Titanfall and Apex devs. PvP raid shooter, but not military, not generic. Arcane gunslingers, mounts, raiding enemy strongholds, stealing artifacts, then extracting. Fast, flashy, and visually very different from the usual gray-brown shooter slop. No date yet, but this one definitely turned heads. Quick hits before we wrap it. Neo 3 is real. Moving to the Bakumatsu period, guns and katanas together. February 2026. Ace Combat 8 is officially happening, promising insane weather systems, which honestly is what that series does best. And yes, Pragmata still exists. Capcom confirmed it's alive, coming to the new Nintendo hardware, and a playable demo is finally on the way. Miracles do happen. Now, we have to talk about Claire Obscure Expedition 33. This game did not just win, it dominated. Game of the Year, multiple category wins, and every time it was nominated, you already knew how it was ending. French indie RPG beating out Death Stranding 2 and Hades 2 is wild. If you haven't played it yet, the awards just turned it into mandatory homework.
I see people have a lot of favorites out here. Who do you want? All right. I got it right here. And the game award goes to Arc Raiders! Woo!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Yo, this is amazing.
Look, this is so cool.
Another game out there, they also flew from around the world to be here because they appreciate you. So give it up for the whole cast of Mortal Kombat 2!
Yeah! Come on out! Yes!
I'm just kidding. They didn't come. They don't care about you. They only care about money. Okay? We care about money and you. Street Fighter forever!
Schultz cannot be
Forever,
trusted with
baby, forever!
I need to know that I just made the right decision.
It's me, boss. Wait, how long?
Since the last time the sun died, mate.
You left us here. We've lost people. There's no way to get home, and you...
Lies! This is what it does. It gets in our heads, and it twists, and it turns. I won't break our promise. I will make everything perfect again.
Son of a... Fuck it! Just kill him! Let's keep at it, Rex.
Ray, heads up!
On your orders, Rex.
To keep Hope alive, Wings of Thief must stay on the mission. Must fly.
United by one beautiful dream. She needs racing!
Alright, yeah, let's flesh this out properly because this game actually has way more going on than the first trailer lets on. So, Galactic Racer isn't just a nostalgia bait, remember pod racing moment. It's leaning hard into this idea of racing as survival. This is a runs-based structure, meaning every race actually matters. You're not just restarting laps until you get a perfect run. You mess up, you crash, you lose resources, alliances, momentum. It's that high-risk, high-reward loop where every decision sticks with you. The setting choice is smart too. New Republic era, post-Empire, when the galaxy is technically free, but realistically a mess. Power vacuums everywhere. That's where the Galactic League comes in. It's not official, it's not sanctioned, and it's definitely not safe. Syndicates bankroll races, fix outcomes, fund pilots, and drop you the second you stop being profitable. This isn't Formula One. This is underground street racing in space, and Jakku as the main hub actually makes sense. It's a scrapyard planet littered with wreckage, forgotten tech, and people trying to survive off whatever the galaxy left behind. That gives the tracks a really gritty feel. Dust storms, broken infrastructure, tight canyons, improvised race routes built through old war debris. You can already tell this isn't clean, shiny Star Wars. It's dirty, it's desperate. Story-wise, they're clearly pushing more than you'd expect from a racing game. Shade isn't some blank slate. He's racing for a reason. Revenge, legacy, pride, whatever it is, the League is his only way forward. And then there's Kestar, who isn't just a rival on the track, but someone actively trying to control the League itself. That sets this up less like win the championship and more like a slow burn rivalry where races escalate, stakes rise, and things get personal. What I really like is the mantra they're pushing. No force, no prophecy, just skill. That alone tells you the tone. This is Star Wars without space wizards saving the day. It's pilots, machines, strategy, and raw reflexes. You win because you're better, not because the universe picked you. Mechanically, it looks like there's going to be more than just speed. Strategy between runs, building alliances, choosing which syndicate to back you, upgrading your racer, deciding when to push your luck and when to extract before things go sideways. That runs-based design suggests roguelike DNA, where every attempt teaches you something, and the story adapts to how you play. And let's be real for a second. The trailer might be short, but the vibe is strong. The sound design, the sense of scale, the way ships move through environments, this already feels closer to Episode 1. Racer energy than anything Star Wars has touched in decades. And that final tease, they didn't put that in by accident. Pod racing is coming. Maybe not front and center, but it's absolutely part of this DNA. The game is being developed by Fuse Games, published by Secret Mode and Lucasfilm Games, and it's locked in for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series in 2026. No date yet, which probably means it's still early. But honestly, I'd rather they take their time and get the handling right. Racing games live and die by feel.
No way.
One of the biggest mysteries in Arc Raiders, even before full release, has always been matchmaking. Like, what is this game actually doing behind the scenes when it throws you into a lobby? During the beta, everyone was convinced it was gear-based matchmaking. Higher gear equals sweatier lobbies. Simple, right? Except, the more people played, the less that theory made sense. And now, the community has basically landed on a completely different conclusion. I call it aggression-based matchmaking. Here's the idea. If you're chill, if you don't shoot on sight, if you mostly PvE, loot, team up with randoms, help take down big arcs, the game quietly puts you in chill lobbies. People wave, people cooperate. You get that weird wholesome extraction shooter vibe where you're like, wait, are we friends right now? But if you're that guy, you know the one. Shoot first. Ask questions, never. The game seems to go, oh, okay, you want violence? Cool. And then it drops you into absolute war zones. I noticed this myself a few weeks back. I was running mostly solo, minding my own business, looting, teaming up with complete strangers, taking down big arcs together. No mic, no drama, just pure vibes. Honestly, one of the chillest extraction shooter experiences I've had in years. Then, one day, one bad decision. I shot someone in a solo lobby. I killed them, and I swear to you, it was like flipping a switch. From that moment on, everything changed. I'm talking instant headshots from behind. Zero warning, no voice lines, no friendly crouch spam, nothing. Every lobby turned into shoot-on-sight chaos. No cooperation, no teamwork, just paranoia and gunfire. Now, on its own, that's anecdotal. Could just be bad luck, right? Except here's where it gets interesting. I deliberately stopped shooting players. Completely. For around 15 matches, I avoided PvP, focused on PvE, and every time the post-match survey popped up, I made it clear I wasn't enjoying the PvP side of things. And slowly, almost suspiciously, the chill lobbies came back. People teaming up again, players ignoring each other. That cooperative energy returned. And I haven't shot anyone since. So far, still chill lobbies. And I'm not alone in this. An Arc Raiders YouTuber named Domi actually tested this theory properly. Separate accounts. PvP heavy behavior versus PvE focused behavior. And the difference was night and day. According to him, the behavior in those lobbies was drastically different. Like, not subtle. Completely different games. At that point, you could still say, okay, coincidence, confirmation bias, community myth, but then Embark kinda slipped up. Robert Samelin, the art director at Embark, was asked about matchmaking. And while he didn't go into detail, he did say this little line that raised a lot of eyebrows. Matchmaking is quite complex, so we do analyze behavior and match accordingly. That's not gear score. That's not skill-based. That's behavior. Now, officially Embark has already said they're not using gear-based matchmaking, even though a lot of players still don't fully believe that. And honestly, I don't think we'll ever get a full breakdown of how the system works. They've been very quiet about it for most of Arc Raiders' life, but if Samelin's statement means what it sounds like it means, then yeah, how you play actually matters. Not just for loot, not just for progression, but for the kind of people you're surrounded by. So maybe the lesson here is simple. If you want war, Arc Raiders will give you war. If you want cooperation, it might quietly reward you for being chill. Killzone is back in Helldivers 2. Not a tease. Not a limited pop-up store for 48 hours. It's the full Killzone-themed war bond, officially returning, and Arrowhead actually did this the right way. They're calling it the Legendary War Bond, and it goes live December 18, 2025. Price tag is 1,500 super credits. But here's the part that deserves respect. If you bought even one single Killzone item the last time this stuff showed up in the store, your account gets automatically upgraded. No repurchase. No double dip. You just get the Legendary War Bond for free. That alone is a rare Arrowhead W. Now let's talk content, because this isn't some watered-down rerun. Everything from the original Killzone drop is back. You've got the STA-52 assault rifle, which already felt like it was ripped straight out of a Hellgast armory. The STA-11 SMG for close-range chaos. The PLA's 39 accelerator rifle for when you want your democracy delivered at high velocity. All the capes return, all the passives, player cards, and titles. If you missed it the first time, this is the full redemption arc. But they didn't just stop there. There's brand new stuff too. New patterns called Extrasolar Ash. And these aren't just cosmetic fluff for one item. You can slap these on exosuits, FRVS, Hellpods, and even Pelicans. So yeah, your entire operation can now look like it crawled straight out of a Killzone battlefield. Dark, gritty, militaristic vibes. No neon nonsense. Just pure war aesthetic. And the rollout is clean. Everything, old and new, drops at the same time. What I really like here is the philosophy behind it. Arrowhead could have easily resold this as a new bundle, locked it behind FOMO again, and called it a day. Instead, they rewarded early buyers, brought everything back for newcomers, and added extra value on top. It's fan service, but the good kind. The kind that doesn't feel exploitative. So yeah, if you missed Killzone the first time, this is your moment. And if you were there day one and bought even a single item, congrats! You're getting the Legendary War Bond without spending another credit. Helldivers 2 keeps doing this thing where it accidentally reminds other studios how live service should actually work. Now, who's dropping in on the 18th looking like a Hellgast ready to spread democracy? is peak PlayStation behavior, for better and for worse. So PlayStation just hit 30 years, 3 decades. That's generations of consoles, legendary franchises, childhood memories, blown cartridges, blown budgets, all of it. And when you hear 30th anniversary, you expect the usual stuff. Consoles, controllers, maybe a headset, maybe a restock, so normal humans can actually buy the thing. Instead, Sony dropped a watch. Yep, a PlayStation 30th anniversary wristwatch. Now don't get it twisted, PlayStation did already celebrate. We got the PS1 themed PS5, the PS5 Pro version, matching DualSense controllers, a DualSense Edge, a PS1 styled PlayStation Portal, a photo book, even PS1 themed sneakers. And of course, most of that stuff sold out instantly and became mythical objects you only see on resale sites with insane prices. So people were naturally thinking, okay, maybe one last drop, maybe a PS1 themed Pulse headset, maybe a proper restock, something to close out the anniversary year strong. Nah, here comes the watch. And not just any watch, only 300 of these exist. Each one is individually numbered and comes with a memory card showing its number, which is actually a pretty slick touch. That alone tells you this is not meant for everyone. This is pure collector bait. Now here's the thing. The watch is actually beautiful. It's made in collaboration with Anicorn, a legit high-end watchmaker, so this isn't some plastic merch piece you grab at checkout. The design is straight PS1 nostalgia. The face uses the 4 iconic PlayStation button colors instead of normal numbers. The PlayStation logo sits right in the center. The hands are literally start and select buttons, which is such a deep cut it almost hurts. Flip it over and you've got the number 30 engraved on the back. The color palette matches the original PS1 perfectly. Even the strap is covered in these subtle, almost sacred-looking PlayStation symbols. It's the kind of thing where you can tell someone obsessed over every detail. But here's where reality kicks in. This thing costs $780 US. That's more than a PS5, more than PSVR 2, more than entire anniversary bundles from previous years. This watch costs console money, and it doesn't even ship until June 2026. So yeah, you're celebrating the 30th anniversary after it's already long gone. According to Esquire, this is actually the first time Sony has ever licensed PlayStation branding for a traditional watch. Until now, they've kept it strictly to tech and merch. So from a collector and brand history standpoint, it is kind of a big deal. As for why Sony didn't go harder this year, there are a few theories. One, they might have felt another massive console drop would be asking too much, especially so close to the 25th anniversary stuff. Two, technically, this is only the 30th anniversary for Europe and North America. Japan got the PS1 in 1994, so this is actually year 31 for them. Very on-brand Sony logic. At the end of the day, this collab isn't for most players. It's not even pretending to be. This is for watch collectors, hardcore PlayStation loyalists, and people who look at $780 and say, yeah, that's fine. Before they ever added third person, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora was a weird one for me. On one hand, the game is absolutely beautiful. Like the kind of beautiful where you stop moving just to look at the screen for a second. Pandora is wild. The lighting, the jungle, the scale of everything. Technically, Ubisoft Massive really showed up. No debate there. But once you actually start playing, the structure instantly feels familiar. It always played like Far Cry with a different skin. Same style of outposts, same stealth into chaos loop. It works because Far Cry works, but it never really felt bold. It felt safe. Combat was solid. The bow felt good. The guns had weight. Progression felt fine. I never hated playing it. I also never felt like I was playing something special. The biggest thing holding it back, though, was first person. You are a giant Na'vi, and yet you feel like a floating camera with blue hands. You never really felt your size. You never saw how your character moved through the world. For a universe that is all about scale and physical presence, that choice always felt strange. The story was decent, not amazing, not bad, just there. If you love Avatar, you probably enjoyed it more. If you do not care about Avatar, the story alone was not enough to pull you in. Performance was mostly fine at launch too. Some bugs, but nothing outside the usual Ubisoft experience. So before third person, Avatar: Frontiers was a very good-looking, very safe open-world shooter that lived placed comfortably in the fine category. And that is what made this next part so funny, because now they finally did it. They actually finally added third person after 2 years. You can now play as a full-on blue alien space lizard monkey in third person and actually see your character exist in the world. This was one of the biggest complaints when the game was first revealed. Everybody called it Far Cry with Smurfs. And yeah, that comparison still kind of fits, but now at least you finally get to see the Smurf you are playing as. And honestly, props to them. A lot of studios would have abandoned it by now. From what I can tell, the implementation looks solid. Gameplay is third person now. Cutscenes and NPC interactions still flip to first person, which makes sense because those were built that way from day one. Now I gotta ask you, would third person actually make you jump in? Or is Avatar still a hard pass either way?
See a magic trick?
The city has become a breeding ground for suffering and injustice. It must be destroyed. Let's get to work.
Who are you?
I think we can help each other.
This town deserves a better class of criminal.
Good evening, Gotham. Join us in a celebration of absolute chaos!
Someone's gotta step up!
But it lit a fire that still burns. I need to see more. I need to go further. To uncover the secrets of Atlantis.
Thank you to everyone who voted. Wow, this is loud. This is not just my award. This takes a village. And oh my God, I love my passionate, beautiful-souled, artistic, clever, beret-wearing village.
Des hauts pins tu trouveras sans aile. Clair, obscur, trouble de gras tu trouveras Eiffel. Clair, obscur, bois des hauts pins tu trouveras sans aile.